house.
We different, baby. September the 2nd. And crazy, look, the crazy part is my mom's birthday was September the 2nd, baby. I mean, September the 11th of when the bombing happened, baby.
Oh my God.
So look, come on, we Virgos on top of Virgos, baby. So you can never forget, baby. Look, that's how we come, baby.
Well, welcome, and blessings to your mommy transitioned. I know she transitioned a few years ago, correct?
November the 19th, 2014, baby.
14, okay. So yes, I'm giving you my condolences.
But she's always in the building, though. She
but
always
the spirit is with us. So how powerful, how beautiful she
this
is.
for you, Moms. Another one.
Aww.
Like DJ Khaled say, baby, it's another one. It's another one, baby.
Well, welcome, Lion of God, Mr. Antonio Gillespie. I appreciate you taking the time to be here this evening. I am your host, Monique Marie, and welcome to the Face Behind the Brand.
I appreciate this moment and this opportunity, baby.
Absolutely. So I know who you are. I know who, as far as just your energy-driven life. You are the CEO of Pro Longevity Fitness. You're the CEO of Blood Sweat God.
Blood Sweat God, baby, right here, baby. Blood Sweat
God. Certified fitness trainer.
Got beanie on.
A husband, a father of 4 beautiful kings and queens.
Come on, baby. It don't stop.
So tell us, for those
zero
who
excuses, baby.
Say it again.
Zero excuses not to get it done.
Absolutely. So for those of us who, of course, are being introduced to you for the first time this evening, tell us where you're from.
I'm from Starkville, Mississippi.
Okay, so from Mississippi, from the South.
There it is, baby. Born in the South, baby. Raised in the South, baby.
Yes. And we talked a little bit about that. So you graduated also from Mississippi State, though, so you're educated.
So I graduated. Well, I majored in architecture at Mississippi State, so I'm a 4-year architecture student.
Wow.
I graduated with my entrepreneurial studies degree at Grand Canyon University.
Yes.
So 4-year architecture student at Mississippi State. Highly intelligent, baby.
Absolutely.
Graduated. Obviously, you know, I'm military background. I'm like, I'm not going to push myself too far ahead. But Grand Canyon University, graduated with a 3.92 GPA. Let me repeat, baby. 3.9. Summa cum laude, baby. Wow. So I know what it takes to be a leader. Yes.
Well, that's why I wanted to have you on, you know, Antonio, because it's not every day that we see purpose-driven, you know, trainers and understand truly where they come from. And you were raised in poverty. So that is, of course, the purpose-driven spirit comes obviously from having the lack of things. So talk to me a little bit more about your perseverance and where that comes from.
You know, really, man, I was counted out when I was born. You know what I mean? Yeah. Literally, I'm gonna do my best to answer my question as quick as
No, do you.
I was born into poverty, and when I say poverty, I'm talking about missing meals. I'm talking about not having food for days. I'm talking about wearing the same clothes to school for days at a time, having 1 pair of jeans with 2 or 3 different shirts. So literally wearing the same pair of jeans every day to school for a week. However, switching out your shirt just to make it appear as though you change your outfit. Yeah. I'm talking about not having water to drink, not having running water, not having central heat and air, not having a place to brush your teeth. Yeah. I mean, really, so you're living in a third world country, but you're living in a world that is literally in the head of every type of civilization that exists known to man, because living in the United States, people move here. They move here because they made it, right? Yeah, right. Move to the United States because you made it. But when you got people that live here and you got to look around, right, as a 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old boy, and you notice people like your relatives or your friends or your parents' friends, and you wonder how can people skip over you, right? Nobody, and you know, I always tell people, nobody came to save me. Wow. So here I am 40 years later, right? I'm saving people. But guess what? Nobody came to save me. Right. So like I was telling Monique, if I gave the world what the world gave me, but I'm not that type of person though. Because we can't live our lives as people treat us. I would be no different than the world. Right. So here I am helping the world, right? No, like I'm telling you, nobody's gonna come and save you. Literally, nobody is gonna save you. It is your responsibility to save yourself. Period.
Absolutely.
Like no ifs and buts about it. It is your job to save yourself. Like I cannot put on somebody else, my mom, my grandma, my dad, my anybody for not. Yeah, they didn't come and save me.
Yeah.
But I didn't allow that to stop me though. I didn't allow that to limit me.
Yeah.
I didn't allow that to control me. I didn't allow that to give me excuses per se.
Right.
Because I had every excuse in the book not to make it, right? Like literally, nobody saved me. Nobody came help my mom out, whether it was her fault or not. I'm a child.
Yeah.
If you don't help my mom out, help me out. Help me make it. But nobody came to even help a 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old boy. Nobody fed me, baby.
Yeah.
So people wonder how I'm able to fast for 6, 7, 8, 9 days at a time. I grew up missing meals, baby.
Yes.
Take my food, take my water, baby. But give me God, right? That's literally blood, sweat, God, baby.
Blood, sweat, God. Yes.
Everything that I've achieved in life, blood, sweat,
and
God, baby. Literally, that's all you need to prevail. So literally, people counted me out. They doubted me. They talked about me. But guess what? Even as a child, I was intelligent enough to build my mind up.
Absolutely.
And I tell people, I was just telling my wife, if indeed, and I told Monique earlier, if indeed I had a weak mind, I would be ruined.
You sure would.
Would be ruined. If indeed I had a weak mind. So you can see me training. I can be this smart guy. Smart people even kill themselves. Smart people end up being poor because you know why? They didn't build up their minds.
Right.
Strong people fail in life. They quit. Fast people lose races because they quit. People that's highly endurance give up because they quit. You know why they quit? Right here, baby, in the mind.
Mental. Yeah.
Literally, the mind, baby. I don't care what obstacle you place in front of me, baby. Take everything away from me, right? Take everything away from me. I'm still gonna defeat you. I don't care if you got a mile in front of me, you got a 10-mile lead or a 30-day lead. I'ma still come back and defeat you, baby.
Amen. Beauty by Nicole. She said that's all you need is blood, sweat, and God.
Most definitely, baby, mindset all day.
Mindset. Yes.
Mindset.
So talk to me more about that, because after your mother transitioned, you definitely became more focused on health and wellness.
So thank you for asking that question. So initially, right before my mom passed away in 2013, my 17-year-old son, he was about 10 at the time.
Yes.
We were headed to the gas station. And my 17-year-old son, he looked at me. At the time, he was like 9 or 10. And he said, "Dad, I don't want to see you die." Now, at that time, I was 250 plus pounds.
Oh, my goodness.
I had pre-hypertension. I had extreme nosebleeds. I had a weak heart, weak lung, and I had acid reflux. I don't know what acid reflux is. Out of everything that I just named, acid reflux is the worst. There were nights I woke up where I was basically drowning on my internal fluids. And I would have to sit up. If I woke up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I would have to sit up for at least 2 to 3 hours just so it could settle back. I didn't get any comfort. So basically 2013, I looked at my wife and literally, see, this is the thing that most people don't talk about. I looked at my wife, I said, "Babe," now I told my wife years before this, I said, "Babe, if I could ever learn how to eat a salad, I'm gonna turn it to something different." Or the evolution, as I call it. You must become something different. It is highly painful, which means you're gonna be leaving people, literally, friends, family members, things that you love behind to become something brand new. Literally. That's what a transformation is. When you transform, it is highly painful.
Yes.
So when I started, basically when I first started my fitness journey, when I first left the gym, I would stop by Popeyes and get me like a breast to eat it before I made it home. Literally, that's what I was doing. So I was doing just like anybody else did. I would work out, then I would eat terrible. I lost a few pounds. So from January 2013 to June of 2013, I lost about 15, 20 pounds. Now, my initial goal was only to save my life. So my goal was to lose 5 pounds. Literally, that's it. I mean, I'm 250 plus. Like, my goal was to lose 5 pounds. So I lost 5 pounds, I lost 10 pounds, lost 15 pounds, lost 20 pounds. At that point, I looked in the mirror, I said, look, you lost 20 pounds. Look, if you're still doing bad and you lost 20 pounds, guess what happens if you actually do good?
Yeah.
And that was when I looked in the mirror and that beast really came out. Literally. Because people don't understand, like, we have different versions of ourselves. Like, literally, like, this is Antonio talking to you right now. But when it comes to being a beast, right, or that lion or that machine, I'm a completely different guy.
Yes.
So when I awakened my internal beast, right, when I told myself, I said, hey, if indeed you can start doing what's right, imagine what would happen. So at that time, I'm like, I ate 0 vegetables. I was a meat and potatoes guy. My wife was cooking smothered pork chops, fried chicken. I'm talking about, literally, she should be like a chef.
Yes.
So at that time, literally, every vegetable that I hated, like literally, when I say I evolved, right, I transformed. I became something completely new. I ate spinach with nothing. Literally, I was eating spinach with tomatoes just to give it a little juice. No actual, like, vinaigrette or nothing.
Oh, no.
Spinach and tomatoes.
My God.
I upgraded a little bit, added spinach, tomatoes, a little fruit. But that was my meal for at least like 6 months to a year. So I started eating like every vegetable that I ate: squash, zucchini, asparagus, bell peppers. I'm talking about like cucumbers, everything, carrots, stuff I never even knew what it was. I never even knew what asparagus was in my life. But when I saw the changes come about, right?
Yeah.
Because the thing is, when I was pre-hypertension, that means my blood pressure was like sky high.
Yes.
So that was one of the driving factors as well. It was time when I would sit around and it was like I was near dying.
I could
see my heart jumping on my bed. So every day, you can ask my wife, every day I check my blood pressure. Literally. I would leave work, go to Kroger. I would leave home, go to Kroger. I did this faithfully for a year. So when people say they can't change, right? When people say they can't do this, literally, it starts here, man. In the mind.
Absolutely.
Because the mind is what really makes the actual decisions that we make. Whether it is stopping at McDonald's or making a salad or drinking water or drinking a soda. Literally. I can give you all the best foods. I can give you the best gym. I can give you the best, I can give you the best motivator or the best individual like Monique. Literally somebody that's seeing me as somebody that's helping the world. I can give you all of these different great people, right? But guess who is still responsible for making that final decision? You, baby. You got to do it. So that's what I discovered, that regardless of what was placed in front of me, it came down to me making the final decision.
Incredible. And you lost 150 pounds.
Literally, it was 130 plus. So
150.
150, you know what I'm saying? 160. I just know once I started calculating, because initially I didn't even calculate.
Yeah.
I just know I was near death.
You were doing the work though, too, you know,
Literally.
and making sure, you know, obviously you have to do the work, you know.
You gotta do, like, anybody out there that is looking to lose weight, right? Or looking to get healthy, whether you're looking to gain weight or looking to lose weight or looking to just move around, the must-dos. You must get enough rest. You must drink water. You must think positive. You must be confident. You must, place yourself around positive people who want to see you win.
Amen.
You must eat nutritiously. Eating nutritiously does not mean being perfect.
Okay.
Eating nutritiously means making the best choices at any given moment.
Mm-hmm.
And how I describe it to people, it's kind of like me saying, if indeed I had a choice to eat fried chicken or say a hamburger.
Mm.
You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That burger would be more healthy at that moment.
Oh, I ate fried chicken last night. Lord
So
have
at
mercy.
that moment, eating something that may not be considered the best option
Mm-hmm.
would be your best option at that moment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, you know, and a lot of people must understand too. And this is whether it's fitness, whether it's being a CEO, whether
Mm-hmm.
it's being a mentor,
Yeah.
whether it's like you trying to graduate with a 3.92 GPA like myself,
Mm-hmm.
you must understand that you don't have to be your best every day.
Right.
Like, I don't have to make 100 in every test to make an A.
Right.
I can make 100.
Mm-hmm.
I can make a 90. I
Mm-hmm.
can make 60. I can
Mm-hmm.
make 100, and an 80. That's an A.
Mm.
So fitness is the same way. I don't have to eat salads every day.
Mm.
Monday, I can eat a salad. Tuesday, I can eat fried chicken.
Mm.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I can eat carrots, squash, zucchini, baked chicken. Come
Mm-hmm.
Saturday again, if I want to eat out, I can eat out.
Yeah.
However, it comes down to if you're doing what you need to do as a whole.
Yes.
So life in general, right? Nobody can avoid what it takes to be great.
Right.
And to be great, you got to make the proper decisions.
Yeah. Choices. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. You got to make those choices.
And yeah, and Vera said, knowledge is power. And now, wait a minute. Beauty by Nicole said, fried chicken tastes good, yet it's not good for your heart.
Exactly.
So I had some fried chicken last night. It was delicious, I must say. But I know.
I love chicken. Like, I've been vegan now for almost 3 years.
Yeah,
but
let's talk about being a vegan. That's just something else.
But the thing is, like, vegan didn't get me to where I am, though.
Mm.
And I always stress that to people.
Okay.
Like, I went vegan just to level up mentally, physically, and spiritually.
Mm.
To become the best version of yourself, you just got to make the right choices.
Mm-hmm.
There are things we can do along the way
Mm-hmm.
to help get us there faster or more efficient.
Mm.
Now, could I see myself going vegan to start out? No. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
Because before I went vegan, one of my friends told me they went vegan. I said, you know what? I'll never go vegan.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So really, whatever, it just, in the end, it comes down to whatever God has placed in your plan.
Mm-hmm.
And if you listen and you follow what he says,
mm-hmm.
nothing or no one can stop you, not even yourself. And I tell people all the time, when I found out that I couldn't even kill myself when I tried, that's when I knew I was a bad man.
Mm.
Like, literally.
Yeah.
And if you don't understand that statement is, there are many people that try to kill themselves and they are successful.
Mm.
They are successful.
Yeah.
And when you try to do things that are not in your favor, yet you still live,
mm-hmm.
at that moment, when you listen to God and follow his lead,
mm-hmm.
that's when I truly found out how powerful I was.
Yes, yes. Very powerful. And that's one thing that, again, I was attracted to, you know, just your platform, was because, for one, you're a believer, you know what I'm saying? So we all know that there's a lot of illusion, you know, on social media. And I want you to talk a little bit about that, because you, of course, definitely are what you see is what you get. You're putting in the work.
You know, it's a good thing that you asked that question. So literally what people don't understand, right? Like, so I've been on social media about as long as I've been on my fitness journey. So at least for 8-9 years almost.
Wow.
Now, the thing is, right, and I was talking to Monique and other people about this as well. Mm-hmm. Now, people that know me will know most of the stuff that I post, right, people that are close to me mm-hmm. don't show no love. Mm. Like, I post on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and I barely get probably 1 or 2 likes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Even right now, the people that are viewing, it is meant for you to view. Yeah. Primarily because of God. Yeah. Now, the thing is, the reason why I'm saying this, right, and it goes back to my mind.
Mindset, yeah.
So when you have a God-given purpose, right, and you understand what moving off instincts mean, that's a whole nother level. Because I move off instinct.
Yes.
You can't defeat a man that moves off instinct.
Come on now.
Off instinct means that regardless of how I feel, regardless of how you feel,
do it anyway.
I'm still gonna do it. So regardless of how many people show me love, which is 0, it is instinctual for me to lead with my best hand.
Yes.
Literally.
Yeah.
Factual.
Yeah.
Like God designed me to lead with my best hand every time. Like when I wake up in the morning, nobody shows me love, but yet I still post a video.
Yes.
It still reaches thousands, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Still reaches thousands. However, what happens to most people, I post a video, I get no love. I post a photo, I get no love. I interact with people at the gym, I get no love, I'm done. I call it quits. And that can be the same thing with your job. I have no promotion. Or the same thing at school. I failed my first test. That happened to me. So the whole point of this conversation or the statement that I'm making is, if indeed I allowed that negativity to break me, I would have gave up years ago. But what I had to learn to do, right? What I had to learn to do, it takes a different level of laser focus.
Yes.
Because when you start literally doing as God asks you to do, right? Not as man. Because man will ask you to do things that will ruin you to put them in a position to lead you or be ahead of you.
Yeah, yeah.
So when God start asking me, right, like, hey, this is what you need to do. I've been seeing glimpses of my capability, but I didn't want to face it. But when God keep dwindling the carrot in front of my face, right, you got to cut people off.
Yeah.
You got to cut people off. Friends, best friends, literally. Literally.
Jesus.
I
Come
cut
on now.
friends off, family members, co-workers, literally. When I say everybody, nobody is safe. Now, over the pandemic, I dropped 5,000 plus people. Literally. I dropped 5,000 plus people across social media because, again, nobody was showing me love. But it comes down to, right, how I am. If I'm going to war, me personally, I'm willing to go to war with one lion versus a million sheep. And guess what? We are winning the war every time.
Yeah.
Now, let's fast forward to after the pandemic. My goal when the pandemic hit was to come out the pandemic better than I went in.
Absolutely.
Come out the pandemic better than I went in. Now, fast forward to me being on TikTok. Now, I got on TikTok in May. Now, had I saw TikTok as any other social media platform, I would have allowed it to ruin me. You know what? Nobody's on Facebook is showing me love, my own people. Right. Nobody on Instagram is showing me love. Nobody on Twitter is showing me love. You know what I mean? Nobody on YouTube is really showing me love. You know what? I'm not even gonna give it a shot. Yeah. But my wife, a couple of my friends said, hey man, do TikTok. You'll be good at it. I'm like, yeah, I don't really want to do it. Yeah. You know, I'm really just out here doing this because I love doing it. Yeah. I got on TikTok in May. So fast forward now, it is October. So from May to October, I have almost 40,000 followers. Now, again, like I just told you, I dropped 4,000, 5,000 plus people.
Look at that.
So I dropped 5,000 people as God asked. He gifted me with 40,000 almost. Come
on now.
Now, one morning I woke up, literally. This was like in June.
Wow.
Something was like, you know what, man? Nobody really watching your videos. Don't even post a video. But again, what did I just say? I move off instinct, baby. I woke up one morning in June just doing a regular video like I always post. And my video that God placed in my heart to give to the world was, how do I stay shredded year round? Literally. 60 seconds of what I do. I fast every day. I lift heavy. I lift light. I mean, I wake up early in the morning. I place myself around positive people. Literally everything I just stated. I mean, I think positive. I'm confident at all times. I get enough rest. I drink water. I mean, literally, I pay attention to literally everything that goes into my body. I mean, those are the things that I do. I post the video, and like I was telling Monique, within a few hours, I went from a few hundred views to like 5,000. Now, at 5,000 views, I was like, amen. Like, God
you
really
reached a lot of
like,
people.
different. Like, amen. Like 5,000 was great. I'm grateful. 5,000. 2 to 3 hours later, 100,000. Literally, I'm like, oh my Lord. And like less than 24 hours later, this video had like almost 400,000 views. So almost half of a million views.
Yeah.
Now, the thing, so now, fast forward again, we're living in the present now. I'm less than 100,000 views away from having 2 million views worldwide.
Wow.
Now, the significance of what I just told you, now this is where my ability to persevere comes in. My ability to be instinctual about who I am. My ability to truly not base my actions off how people make me feel. So in 2014, before my mom passed away, right? I literally was about to get my architecture degree. I had submit my notice to my company to leave, and I was gonna move there and spend time with my mom, get my architecture degree, and call it a day. My mom passed away, but in the interim, my mom passed away. I told her on her deathbed that I would do my best to help change the world. Literally.
Wow.
At that time, I had no idea. Like I was just finished saving my life. Yet I'm telling my mom on her deathbed, hey mom, yes, you're leaving me, but I'm gonna in exchange for you leaving me, I'm about to change the world.
Change the world. Yes.
Like I'm in my mind, I'm like, how? But again, when you're born into poverty, right? Yet you still graduate with a 3.92 GPA, summa cum laude, right? Yet you still graduate top of your military class, commandant's list, right? The fittest and the most intelligent person out of thousands. Me personally, unless something, and that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand. Most people aren't willing to put that type of work in.
No.
And the thing is, if you're not willing to put that type of work in, you would never view life. You would never view the world. You would never view people the way I view the world or people or life itself. Because when I approach a situation, right? When I, not somebody else, when I approach a situation, guess what it means? That there's nothing that can stop me from literally overcoming this. Period. If I can think it, I can do it.
Absolutely.
So we got GPA 4.0, let's get it.
Absolutely.
Even when I enrolled in the military, I wasn't the fittest at the time. I was actually in like F group, which is actually the slowest out of shape group. But I transitioned to the A group.
Wow.
But again, when you spend your life being an underdog, baby, whenever you enter a building, right, when people look at you because of how you talk, which is cool with me.
Yeah.
Literally, I actually see that as an advantage to me. Because most people, when they see me or when they watch me do certain things, they like kind of count me out.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I mean, I don't really mind because I'm used to it. But once it's time to actually put in the work, and when I look to the left, when I look to the right, baby, and I'm the one that leading the pack, you know, you know, it's all, and it's so cliche. Don't judge a book by its cover.
Right.
Like, by me, I'm cool with anybody. I don't care what you did in the world, what life you chose to live. If you're a good person, if you respectable, if you loyal, if you close to God, if you reliable, all these great things that it means to be a good human,
Absolutely.
I'm gonna rock with you, man. I don't care what the next person say.
Absolutely.
And how that, and you know, that's one of the things that really drove me to really just want to be my best at all times. Because most people see me, you know, I don't really sometimes talk how most people talk.
Right.
You know, if you see an intelligent person, you know, I don't really, you know, do the things that most people do. Even like fitness gurus and doctors and stuff, you know what I mean? When people, you know, see me, but once I start talking, right, and I articulate my information, at that point, they're like, well, wow, this dude, because I was in the sauna one time, and out of everybody in the sauna, it was like 15 to 20 people in there. Like everybody in there thought that I would be the doctor. Just based on my articulation of the information that I was delivering.
Mm-hmm.
So never judge a book by its cover.
Absolutely.
So don't even base my intelligence off of my intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's deep. Like,
and so many people do it too, especially on social media, because, you know, they base it off, you know, we talked about numbers, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes, the views, of course, they're important because it's like you're reaching so many people, right? But I'll give you an example. Like you talked about letting go. Prior to my grandmother passing in 2018, I totally just got off of here. I got off of social media completely. Instagram, Facebook, all of it, you know, just for one, I was healing from a loss, you know, it's my mom's mom, you know, so, but it was just something about when I let go, you know, what I received, like what you just said, you know, new connections, for one, peace of mind.
There you go.
And then just the ability to control my thoughts. You know, I think a lot of times people get on here and, like we were talking, you know, the illusion of what people are seeing, half the stuff is unreal. We don't know who these people are.
Most people don't even living the life they actually portraying.
Exactly. And so that's why I said, like, when we see you running, you know, we see you working. It's like, it just makes you, if you're not moving, it makes you want to get up and start moving. You know what I'm saying?
And you know,
that's crucial.
That's what most people like respect about me. Like, you know, I always tell people, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like, don't like me because of what you see me do. Respect me because most people don't like me. Because again, my level of energy, right? Because here's the thing. When you become great, right? One of two things will happen. And I'm gonna give you a life lesson right now. When you become great, or when you like a energy-driven person, one of two things is gonna happen when I hit the room. I'm gonna make you elevate, or I'm gonna make you disintegrate. And 99% of the people, guess what? They're looking for the easy way out.
Yes.
And that's why most people don't like people that are driven. Because most people don't want to look. When I show up, let's run 50 miles. What? 50? I got COVID. Look, so COVID-19, I ran 50 miles with COVID-19 and still placed third. Everybody that day told my kids, your dad is a beast. He is a completely different breed. When I showed up, you know what I told them? I don't need water.
Yeah.
This guy said, you taking a water bottle with you? I was like, no, I don't need water. But it's one of those things where when you're driven, when you are really just see yourself as something completely different, most people won't like that because 99% of the world is like mentally like controlled to not put in effort. I'm the guy that if you give me a short route or the long route, guess what? I'm going the long route.
Taking the long route.
I need all of my points earned, baby.
Yes.
I need all of my points earned.
I like that.
So when I see that beast that I'm about to really train for, he don't stand no chance.
Yeah.
Literally, I need all of my muscles. I need all of my endurance. I need all of my everything, baby. Because people don't understand. Like I just posted, the higher we climb on our mountain, the more difficult it becomes. However, right, you got to understand, the only reason that it is becoming difficult is because it's getting steeper.
Yes.
But guess what? Every obstacle we faced before that next beast built us up, baby.
Yeah, it's a lesson.
And literally, that's why I see myself as being limitless, baby.
I love that.
When you wake up every day to go chase storms, right? And I'm going to give you a life lesson again, baby. When you're a storm chaser like myself, I'm a storm chaser, certified. When you chase storms, 99% of the time, you're prepared to defeat it. You're confident. You show up ready. You got everything you need to take this mother out.
Yes.
But when you sit back and wait, 99% of the time, you're afraid. You doubt yourself. All you need to fail is 1% of doubt. People that's waiting for storms to come, because here's a fact. Storms are gonna come, period.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you can go chase them and be ready and defeat them, or you can wait on them to not be prepared for them and lose.
Yeah.
The choice is yours. So me personally, how I keep my mind right, I go chase storms, baby. Like I'm sitting in my sauna right now. I sit
I
in,
was gonna ask you. I was like, "Are you in the sauna?"
I'm in the, I got my sauna on just low enough so
Wow.
my phone won't overheat.
Yes. Oh
But
Lord
that's the
Jesus.
whole thing that I tell people. I do these things, right? Train in extreme heat, train in extreme cold. I intentionally place myself around negative people
Ooh.
to build.
Oh
Look, let me
Jesus.
say it again, baby. That's
Oh
when you know
boy.
you're a different breed. That's when
Ooh.
you know that's when you know you're different. Most people, they gonna take themselves out of a situation.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
How
true.
I build myself up, I
Character.
place myself around negative situations,
Mm-hmm.
negative things to help build myself up. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
can't get better at running if you avoid it.
Mm.
Huh? Huh? You can't get better at swimming if you avoid it. Huh? Like, really, for real, like, literally. Like, people saw me doing video after video after video. Little do people know, right? You see me right now speaking like, man, this dude must be like the best at public speaking. I couldn't even do an Easter speech growing up.
Oh my goodness.
Literally, 10 words. God said, Happy Easter.
Yeah.
But again, each time and people don't understand, like, everything that I do is a training session. You see me sitting here talking, this is a training. Like, right
Absolutely.
now,
Yeah.
this is a training session for me.
Mm-hmm.
This, you see what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how you get better. Like, literally, when I post videos, that's a training session to articulate and deliver information. Even if nobody is responding to it, when God calls me, right?
Yeah.
I'll be ready.
You'll be ready.
I'll be ready.
So you don't have to get ready. You
Literally,
stay ready.
that's how you stay ready, man. When you constantly do things that are not asked of you, baby.
Yes, consistently.
Literally. That's how you get to the top of the mountain.
Yes. Yeah. I feel that because, as we talked about, I just started doing these interviews, it's crazy because obviously, I'm a singer, right? I'm a singer, songwriter. So it's just like, well, what would make me want to get involved in doing more journalism, right? But at the same time, it's all a part of it too. And connecting with people, networking, speaking. So yeah, it's definitely every day, and this is what I've done all my life, as far as just being a vocalist, I'm vocal. But you talk a lot about, or I should say so many people talk about winning, right? And we talked about this, in our preliminary. But I want you to talk to me a little bit more about losers, because a lot of times it could be a dangerous playground, I think, when you don't have the relentless mind and you don't have the pep talk and the self-talk and you're not limitless, because there's some people that just don't have this. It's not inside of them, so talk to that person who literally just, they're listening, but they're not listening,
It's really, for me, right? So it goes back, like you said. So, like, for me, right, you got to have that. So even if you're not that person that is relentless, what you must do, like, you must place yourself around people that want to see you win.
Yes.
Like, literally. Because here's the thing. Like, noise, it goes back to noise is going to come. Doubt.
Yeah.
Hate. Really just any type of evil. Because, again, the world is tainted.
So sad.
So the world is tainted. So factually speaking, right? I'm going to give you an example. Like my son, 17. A few years back, I asked my son, I said, you know what? Let me know, tell me how there's billions of people in the world. So I'm telling you what I told my son. There are billions of people in the world that exist. Tell me how many people told you good job. Like, literally. Like, anybody that's watching right now, even you, Monique.
Even me.
Like, even me. Tell me how many people tell you good job. My son, he said his coach. Well, first he said mom, dad.
Of course,
then he said his coach and his pastor. So again, hold up.
Yeah.
So out of billions, right?
2 or 3
again,
people.
Out of billions, my son had 4 people that was telling him good job.
Yeah, good job.
So really, on a whole, if you was about to base my son's success off of the 4 people, right? And I'm about to hit you with another fact. So in theory, if you was basing my son's success off the 4 people that was telling him good job, theoretically speaking, he's got like a 1%, not even 1%, 0.1%
right
chance on being successful.
yeah
Because nobody is telling you good job pretty much. However, it goes back to what I initially said. All I need is one lion. You my lion. You believe in me.
Yes.
You believe in me, baby.
Yes.
You believe in me.
Yes, I do.
You believe in me. So you my one lion, right?
Yeah.
So all you need is one person.
Yeah.
You gotta be surrounded by that one person. So my son, right? You know who he's surrounded by, baby? He's surrounded by the Lion of God, baby.
The Lion of God.
My son looked at me and said, Dad, you told me that I should never allow what a person thinks of me to dictate who or what I become. Amen. Bam. If I die right now, baby, my son ain't gonna go be great.
Yes, he is.
Literally. My kids will move mountains.
Yes.
Because in their minds, it is intertwined that no man or person or thing or entity can dictate who or what they become, baby.
Amen. Amen.
So as long as you got that one person, man, one, uno.
Yeah. There's
uno,
a saying.
because again, sometimes we can't do it. All you need is that one person, one.
There's a
Monique,
saying,
you my one right now.
And you're my one. And that's the thing, is they're saying you're one person away, you know, not just from your biggest blessing, but
literally.
I've heard that before. You're always one person away from your next blessing.
You gotta understand, like when people reach out to me, right? Like somebody reached out to me, one of my friends, right, that within about a year, I helped them move their credit score from like 400 to 700 and something now. Literally.
Yeah.
400 to 700 and something now.
Yeah,
literally.
People don't know what to do.
Literally. So I helped them move their credit score from 400 and something to 700 and something. Now, not too long ago, they called me and said, hey, Antonio, I got a question for you, man. So I'm trying to buy this house, but I want this big house, blah, 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 blah. You know, my answer was, look, sit back sometime.
Yeah.
Get a smaller house, get a smaller loan, get this house, right? Secure this house. Make your payments on time, build your credit score up, build your bag up.
Yes.
5 years from now, get a bigger house.
Yeah.
Or whatever the case may be. Don't settle. You're not really saying I'm selling it for less.
Yeah.
You thinking, look, and I tell people, we play chess out here, baby. Like, when I ran my 50-mile race, and again, you got to think like this at all times. When I ran my 50-mile race, like I told you earlier, the 50-mile race isn't my glory. That's not even the glory. Like, that wasn't the glory. The 100,000 loan that you got approved for right now, with the amount that you're making, don't go get another job. Don't move your life around for a loan. No. Live within your means now.
Yes.
Like, the race I ran 50 miles for, I was only able to run that 50 miles because 10 years. I lost 130 plus pounds. 10 years, I chose to eat what was right. 10 years, I chose to place myself around positive people.
Yes.
10 years, I chose to drink more water. 10 years, I chose to run 3,400 miles in a year. I chose to fast for 8 days with no food.
Oh, my God.
All those things I did, that was my glory. The 50 miles, that was clockwork. Look, again, the 50 miles was clockwork.
Good God.
Don't give me credit for the 50. No, I don't even want credit for the 50. Give me the 10. Give me my crown for what took place during those 10 years.
Those 10 years, yeah.
That 50 mile with COVID, I was already built up. I'm already limitless, man.
Yeah.
I'm already unbreakable. So that's how you basically build yourself up. Like literally, you gotta place yourself around people. And even if you like, you know what? I don't know if I can do it. I don't have what it takes. Put it in God's hand, baby.
Yeah.
He'll never lead you wrong.
Well, I was telling you, that's what I've been praying. You know, I pray all the time about just genuine connections in general. You know what I'm saying? And there was something I've been saying during my prayer, like expose the snakes and reveal the greats, you know, because I don't have time you know, to be around fake people and people that are pretending to be because they see me, what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's crucial. And as we get to a point in our life, you know, maturity, whether you're 20, 30, 40, even 50 and 60s, you know, where it's just time to admit, you know, if this person is not benefiting me, and I'm not talking about financially, you know, I'm talking about what you're talking about mentally, you know, spiritually.
And here's the facts about that, right? Like what I found out, I've been on the earth 40 years, right? And me being as laser focused as I am, right, is a two-stage thing to this, right? When you do most of your things on your own, you find out how strong you are. So first off, you must find out your limits.
Yes.
Once you discover your limits, then you can really understand how far it is that you need to push. Now, the double-edged sword, or the next step, is when you start placing positive energy around negative people, they will automatically leave.
Yeah.
Because
of course,
back to all it needs is one speck of light and darkness. Lead you out.
Yes.
Light is always, period. Like I don't care how much light it is.
Yeah.
Will always prevail darkness. Literally.
Yeah.
You know, it's so crazy. Like, right? People actually get mad at me for being so positive. But it always goes back to if you always see the light, like I told you, the goal is always seeing the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes.
Even if there's no light, you must still see it.
See it beforehand.
Exactly.
You gotta
have that connection. See here. So let me tell you this real quick. So you gotta have that connection with God. So back 3 years ago, because every birthday I do something crazy, like real crazy, like real crazy. So I'm 40 now. So for my 37th birthday, my goal was to run, now initially 12 miles per day every day. So 12, that would equate it to about 400 miles plus or minus a few. Now my goal was to run 12 plus miles. Now the whole point that I'm making is, first off, when you connected with God, right, period, you already know, like I knew, like I told myself, like even with the 50-mile race, these 12 miles is done. Like you gotta know, like you can face a guy with a gun, but you gotta already know I'm still president. No matter what happens before, I'm president already. So 440 miles later, I knew that I had already ran 12 miles per day. Now, in retrospect, right, what we was talking about earlier, about not failure. So what people don't understand, now, again, it goes back to most people. Most people would have viewed 31 days, how am I going to run 12 miles per day? I don't want to have no issues. No. You got to be honest. You got to be real with yourself. Like how I was real with myself, I knew there was going to be problems, right? I did not say that I'm going to run 440 miles and everything was going to be perfect. So my goal was, I knew, first off, that God had already delivered me. So regardless of what happened during those 30 days, it couldn't stop me. But I knew things was going to happen. I had now during that 30-day period, I had heel spurs. I had dehydration. I had hip pains. I had problems with my knee. I had vision issues from the sun beaming. I had to start wearing a cap. I had sunburn. I had lost a lot of weight. You know what I mean? So a lot of things took place during those 30 days. I had more things happen to me in 30 days than more people have their entire life. No lie.
My God.
But each day I woke up with a plan to overcome all things. So on some days, I wasn't able to run 12 miles all at once. I'll run 10 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon. Or I would run 8 in the morning, 8 in the afternoon, which is 16. Or on the days I felt great, I would run 20 in the morning and I'd run 2 more in the afternoon. But on the last day, I ran 27.4 miles, which put me from like 413 up to 440. But the whole point of the story was that you must already know that you've finished your goal. Reach your glory. And you must understand that failure is going to happen. But just because failure happens, guess what? It doesn't define us, baby.
Right.
If we go into the war, and that what people don't understand, right? You can win, you can lose 10 battles. But as long as God wins the war, you win.
Yeah.
Because the war is multiple battles placed together, baby.
Yes, yes.
So you can lose a few battles in life. Lose a friend. God gonna send you 10 that's gonna pay 10 times more than that one brought.
It's
or
so true.
lose 10. Lose 2 friends. God gonna send you one, like Monique, baby. That's gonna bring 10 times more to the table. So those are the things that we must learn to appreciate as humans, baby.
Yeah.
On a broader scale, don't give the world what the world gives you. Don't become the evil people. Because in the end, guess what? It's like me and you was talking earlier.
Yeah.
When you become those evil people, you guess what? You end up spearing yourself in the heart.
Yeah. And just like them. Yeah.
You end up just like them. So you basically rerouting your entrance into heaven straight to hell.
Straight to hell.
You
and
can
I ain't going
your
to
own
hell
grave.
for nobody. I told you that. I ain't going to hell for nobody.
Exactly.
Okay. So that's crucial. So talk to me about because you was talking earlier about the fasting, and I know what most people understand fasting. You do both fasting and extreme fasting, but I want you to talk about the importance of both the spiritual and mental benefits, of course, along with the physical benefit, but the spiritual food.
Really, first, so this is really like deep, you can get so deep, right? So first, God, Jesus fasted, Moses fasted. So fasting in itself is a state of, it's not even like when most people think of fasting, they think of not eating. Like fasting in itself isn't really not eating. So it's not really a state of not eating. It's a state of really understanding and having control of your mental psyche. Because it goes back to what I said earlier. The mind is what is in charge of making the decisions. So if indeed you can learn to control your mind, you can control the spoon and the fork.
Come on now.
You see what I mean?
Yes.
So fasting to me, and even like when I fasted 8 days. So I fasted 8 days, right? On day 7, it was the most difficult. So at that moment, and this is the thing that people don't understand, when you fast, right? And you truly, and I still got to educate people. A lot of people say, y'all, you don't supposed to say when you fast, but I'm still out here educating people so people can understand what I am doing to really help me prevail. So for me, day 7 was my most difficult day. So since I know the 7th day was my most difficult day, that was the day I was closest to God. So being 7th day was the day I was closest to God, that was the day I actually prayed to God I didn't even pray for myself. Like I pray for me. Like I don't pray for me. Like, you know what I mean? I got people praying for me. When you're doing what's right, you no longer have to pray for yourself. Because you got other people that's actually out there leading the army for you. Just like I'm leading the army for everybody else.
Yes.
Do what's right. You got people leading the army for you. So I'm just doing for me or for what people are actually doing for me, even if I don't see it. So on day 7 was the day I asked God to bless everybody that was connected to me. Give them strength. Give them mental clarity.
Wow.
With financial gain. Bless them with love. Bless them with like any type of hard time that they were facing. I asked God to bless anybody that was connected to me.
Absolutely.
But when you solely believe, right, it's one of those things to where, like, for me, like when you truly understand that you don't really, and it's kind of a hard place to be, right? Because I tell people, like, until you fast for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days, you don't really understand how negative food is. So yes, we need food to survive to a certain extent.
Yeah, the right food.
Exactly. However, even like I said earlier, the earth is tainted from pesticides and just from humans polluting it.
Yeah. So
even when we eat organic, guess what? It still isn't good for us. So when we fast, because me personally, I don't really follow science and
Right.
Like, I don't follow science, and like, I don't believe in doctors and stuff, because that's a whole nother topic.
No.
However, when you fast, they say 3 days, right? And you can feel this.
Yes.
Other things take place to let you know.
Yes.
3 days is the point where your body truly begins to heal itself.
Wow.
So if you're fasting for 3 days, you're giving your body time to have a rest, period, to really repair itself from the inside out. Now, in addition to allowing your body to repair itself, it goes back to the mental part.
Yeah.
Like, now you're learning that, hey, because it's so cliche. Like, when I fasted the first time for 4 days, I looked at my wife and I said, babe, if indeed I can learn how to control my mind, I'll be able to fast for 7 days. And look, at that, like, no lie, at that moment, like, literally, you like you were telling me, the tongue, right, is a powerful thing.
Yeah.
At that moment, no lie, at that moment, I never got hungry again.
Ooh.
Like, literally. What people don't understand, right, the mind, right, hunger is a signal. They say sent from the central nervous system that comes from your spinal cord, but literally from the brain that goes through your body to say, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
And I made a video about this too. If indeed you can learn to control that, right, suppress it. Because that's all you're doing. It's like me sitting in 180 degrees or in a 200-degree sauna training for 2 hours straight. I'm hot just like everybody else. But I've learned to suppress those feelings. But that's the thing, you know, and it goes back to even endurance athletes. We make to a point in our lives to where pain or whatever that we want to call it don't exist. Because again, you learn to control the mind. And as long as you, in the spiritual part, right, with God, right, you really, when you truly know that God said no man should eat on bread alone, literally. Like, literally, like when you know this, right, and people see me training, like, do you still work out while you fast? Like, I had to build up.
Yeah, to that,
to understanding what's taking place. Because even now, I fasted 8 days. I remember the first time I fasted for 2 to 3 days. I felt like I was gonna die.
Right.
Like, literally. But now I fast 7, 8 days. Even my 8-day fast, I didn't even feel like I could have kept going.
Yeah.
Now my goal next year for my birthday is to do 14 days.
Ooh.
Now, my
God,
right, is to do 40 days. 30 to 40 days.
Jesus.
Now, but the thing is, but it goes back to when I did 4 days, I knew that I could do more. So I skipped 5 and 6. I did 7.
Yeah.
And the next time around, I fasted 7 days, no food, and I ran 30 miles on the 7th day.
Well, I told you, remember, I've only done, I think the longest I've done was 4 days. And I was planning to do 3. And it was just like, I started, I like, literally, I was crying. I was so hungry. I was just hungry. And I realized, like, stop and think, like, why you are doing this? And I remember me saying I was doing it, honestly, to have more clarity about a decision I was making. I'm like, I'm just not hearing. I'm not getting no answer, not feeling no gut.
But you got to understand, though, like, fasting in itself, right, when we go without something, like, at that moment, when you're going without something, you're basically building up your mind.
Yes.
It's just like when people say, you know what, this person mad at me, so they didn't call me for a year. Or they didn't call me for a week, or whatever the case may be. Like I was telling you earlier, you're teaching me how to function without you.
Yes.
It's the same thing with any fasting, though. You know what I mean? I'm doing food, so I'm teaching myself how to function at a high level, and I'm growing my relationship with God at the same time. So I am teaching myself how to be better. And it doesn't matter how you fast. Fasting can be anything. Fasting away from drinking tea for a week. Fasting away from eating Burger King for a month. But during that time, the goal is to literally grow mentally, physically, and spiritually.
Absolutely.
That's literally the end goal. Like, my whole goal each day I wake up is not to be perfect, but it's to be better in some way or form or fashion mentally, physically, and spiritually than I was the day before.
Amen. Yes. Yes. How are you on time, King?
What do you
got about 10 minutes left. You in that sauna though, so I'm a little concerned because
I got the door. I'm good.
It's gonna cut off in a second. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this one, and I'll come back and we'll close it out in about 10-15 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
So come back on. I'm gonna end this one and save it as part 1.
Okay.
Okay.